Hey folks, it's Dave back here with the Strat Hockey Utility program, and tonight I want to show you how to import and export a league or a season, and also how to do some other really cool things with this program as far as stat keeping goes. Okay, first things first, if you want to get some seasons that are already complete, head over to here. Head over to strat-hockey.net. One of my favorite sites. I'm here all the time for one thing or another. And what you want to do is you want to go over here to add-ons. Okay, click on your add-ons, and then under Computer Utility, this is where you want to go, and this is where you'll find things for the Strat Utility program. You'll have some things here like the 1971-72 season, but down here you have some bulk stuff. You have the utility seasons and more utility seasons. So if we click on this, you can see this contains the following NHL seasons for the utility. It has a lot of seasons in here all ready to go that people have created. Now, what happens is you'll get 11 files, okay, like it says right here. There's 11 files, and what you need to do is put this in the Data To folder, okay? For me, if I go to my drive here, it installed under a directory called HStat2. HStat2 is where it installed for me. If I double-click on this, you can see Data To. Okay, so what you would do is you would download the files, the 11 files, and either unzip them or whatever you got to do, but put those 11 files right in here and you're done. So if you can see, if I click on 71, there are 11 files here. You drop those in and you're done. You're good to go. The 79-80 season, this is one that I created with a friend, so we have that all set up with a schedule ready to go. And again, 11 files. And the utility creates these files for you, so you don't have to do anything except create a new league and send the files off. It's really kind of neat. Or download the files and install them in the folder. Now, if you remember, we did create the Canada-Russia series, so when I created that league, here are the files right here. The program created these 11 files. So I could send these off, and anybody could drop this in the utility, and whatever I put in into the season, you're good to go. Now, some of the seasons, okay, let me click back to utility here. Some of the seasons have teams, players, schedules, the whole bit, and you're ready to go. Others just have the teams and the schedules, and you will need to put in players. So, for example, this is the 70-71 season. Now, if I go to edit players, you'll see there's no players. Okay, so this one was done, but the players weren't added. Now, if I go to view schedule, schedule's here. Okay, the entire schedule's here, and you can go to any game. It's just you have to go back and you have to enter the players into this one here. Some the players are in, and others the players are not. Okay, so that's a quick rundown of that. Now, if let's say you wanted to use this to keep just scores, okay? Now, I did this for Downey's Final Score Hockey, okay? I did a complete season. So let's close this out. So I'm going to go duplicate a league. I like to duplicate a league. That way I never wreck the original file. So we're going to duplicate 7071, and we're going to call it 71 Dave Test, okay? And the character abbreviation will be 71 Dave, okay? So let's hit OK. The league has been duplicated. So now I'm going to go open the league, and 71 Dave should be right here. Okay? So we're going to go and we're going to look at the players. So, yep, there's no players in any team. So all I've done is duplicated the 70-71 season. Now, if you want to put in final scores, okay, because the schedule is already done. So again, if we go to the schedule is complete. So the 1970-71 schedule was done for me when I went to do my replay, okay? Let me show you how I did it. So if you're just putting in final scores, there's a couple things you need to do. So let's go to my edit players. Now, that first game was Los Angeles, Vancouver. So if you go to here, there's no players in here. What you need to do, you need to create one player and one goalie on every team that you want to play. So we're just going to go Joe Schmo. Okay, he's active center. Add. We're going to go to goalies, and we're going to go Jim Schmo. And he's active. I'm going to add him. Okay, so now we have a skater and a goalie, and Vancouver was the other team. So we need to go to the Canucks, and I'm going to go Jim Slim. He's an active player. He's an active goalie. And we're going to go Joe Slim, okay? The players don't matter. These are basically just placeholders, okay? So now I have a goalie and a skater on Los Angeles and a goalie and a skater on Vancouver. So if I go to play my league game, okay, I go to next, this is what you're going to see. Now, in order to put in the data, you do need one skater and one goalie. So that's what I did here. I just created one skater and one goalie. So select all, next. Now you're going to get this message. It says the visiting team has less than 18 players. Is this okay? Yes. The home team, yes. Has less than 2 goalies? Yes. Home team, less than 2 goalies? Yes. Okay. Then you're going to come here, and you're going to put in the final score of your game. So it was a 2-1 Vancouver win. That's all. You go to end game, save the stats, and you're done. Your score has been entered, okay? So if you go to league schedule, you'll see, if I go back a day, that there's my score. So that's the workaround to do this. If I go to my standings, you'll see the Canucks with their 1 win right here, and then the Kings lost, okay? So that's how I did my final score project, is I went back, I went to my edit players, and I put 1 player and 1 goalie on every team, okay? Then I went into my schedule, played the next game, and I just went and I put in the final score as I showed you. Now, you have to have a player here. You're going to get all kinds of error messages, so please put 1 player, 1 goalie on each team, and you're all set. And then you just select everybody when you come up to that select screen, and you're good to go. Now, one other thing to keep in mind, you can view the standings, you can view the schedule, but you can't view the scoring leaders. It's going to really give you some error messages because there's not enough players on the team to generate that, so you're going to get some error messages, even the league leaders report. So stay away from that. So if you're doing a final score only, you can view standings, you can view schedule, but that's all you're going to do because you're kind of doing this workaround. You're kind of fudging this to get the final scores in. But that's how I kept stats in my entire 1970-71 season when I just rolled the dice for a final score. Now, let's close this league here. Now, let's say you wanted to put in stats from another program or maybe from a cards and dice game that you played. So we're going to open something. I got to find something that has players in it. I think 69-70 might have had players. Let's find out. So do I have players? Yes. Okay. So now I open up this one here that does have the players. So if I play a league game, let's just say Montreal, Los Angeles. So here's the lineup here. Now, if you remember in the final score lineup, there was only 1 player and 1 goalie, and we were kind of just working around the final score. But let's just say you did that here. So you would put in your lineup. Okay, so I'm going to select all. And it's 22 guys, so I can't have 22. I think you can only have 18, so I'm going to scale this back to about 18. And the same over here. Now, if you had guys that you knew were in the lineup, you could select them and put them in here to keep some accurate stats. Let me get this down to 18 and 2 goalies, okay? So now I have 18 and 2 goalies selected, so now I'm going to go next, okay? So here, instead of just putting in the final score, you could put individual stats. You could, this player here, okay? So you could add everybody's stats in here, including the goalies. The goalies are down at the bottom, who won, who lost. So you could put in both home and away stats. Okay, you can have Beliveau stats and Guy Chiron and Guy Lapointe. You can put in who got the game-winning goal, the game-tying goal, penalty miss. So this has the ability to manually put in stats for each game, okay, along with play the game here on the board. And I'll show you that in a different video. So aside from being able to, you could even just put in the final score here if you wanted to, but since you put in all the players and you've probably played this either in a different game or maybe just cards and dice on the table, and I've done this myself, is you can go in after the fact, add all your goals, then go over here to end the game, save your stats, and your stats are done. So that's a couple of cool things you can do here with the Strat Hockey Utility program as far as inputting the games, seasons, exporting the seasons, playing it as a final score, or just adding manual stats from either a cards and dice game or maybe something different too. But anyway, I'm Dave. I hope this helps, and I'll be back with another video shortly.